Hey guys, today it's a pretty exciting video. I'm going to be upgrading one of my hard drives in my G5. Now at the moment I've got 500 gigs of total storage. I've got two 250 gig drives. One of them is my main Macintosh hard drive, which is got my operating system, my applications, my iTunes library, my games, my documents, my pictures, my films, my TV shows, all that kind of stuff. And then the second one is devoted to video editing, and that's the one we'll be replacing today. It's a 250 gig drive, like I said, and I currently have 22.44 gigabytes of free space on it, which is enough to do another 4 YouTube videos maximum. So it got to the stage where it wasn't urgent to upgrade, but I always like to be on the safe side. I didn't want to get to that stage where you start backing up things onto random hard drives and stuff. So we're upgrading that to a 1 terabyte hard drive, which should be plenty of space for video editing, and it should last me a while. So let's take a look at the stuff that I've got. I have got a really nice Western Digital Caviar Black 1 terabyte hard drive. This is the version with 64 megs of cache. I'll put a link in the description to a page that'll give you all of the specs. It's a really nice drive. I don't need one this quick for just storage, video editing storage, but I thought I'll splash out the extra money, get a nice quick one, and then when I run out of space on my internal, which will be very soon because I've only got like, I don't know, let's have a quick look. I've got 55.7 gigabytes free on my Macintosh hard drive. That'll be gone in, a month, so I'll be doing the exact same process again, and if I'm impressed with this hard drive, then I'll go for this one again. So that's the hard drive itself, and then I thought to make my job much easier, I'd pick up one of these. It's just a 3.5 inch external enclosure, nothing fancy, USB 2.0. It'll take ages to transfer, like 220 gigs over USB 2.0, but I'm willing to wait. So I'll stick the 1 terabyte in here to transfer. Take the 1 terabyte out of here, shove it in the G5, and then the 250 that came out of the G5, I'll have it in here, and then that's a nice 250 gig external that should come in handy somewhere. But yeah, I'm gonna swap to my camera now, and we'll take a closer look. So here is the enclosure in question. Like I said, something very simple, 3.5 inch external enclosure, nothing too fancy. And here's the computer as well. That we will be dragging out from the mess of cables down there. But anyway, let's take a little look in here because we want to fit this hard drive into the enclosure before we go anywhere. So let's open up this box and see what they gave us. Here it is, nice little unit, black. Don't really like the way that it says what it is on it, but that's just paint. I'm sure I can scrub that off. But yeah, there it is, very simple. You've got your power, your on and off switch, LED and USB. Nice and small for a 3.5 inch. A lot smaller than that one there. Let's take a look. You've got your standard kettle lead, I believe. Yeah, there it is, kettle lead. And then you've got your power brick. Let's take it out of its packet. Oh, nice, it's glossy. Very posh. There she is, guys. Nice and small and nice and lightweight. Alright, so just to clarify, we did get the USB cable. I was halfway through complaining, but check that out. USB cable, sorted. You get a really cool little screwdriver, which is nice and cute. There it is, green. And you get 4 screws. So to mount this drive in, guys, all you do, slide the drive in, line up the screw holes, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws in the bottom here, plug it all in, pop that in the end, and you are done. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now. This is obviously isn't the best enclosure out there. I mean, there's no padding or anything on the inside. Have a little feel. Nope, it's just bare metal on the inside. So, not the best, but, you know, it's just temporary, so whatever. And I did get the cheapest one I could find. So yeah, I'm going to install a hard drive. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws in. And drive is secure in there. Nice tight fit. I believe these 2 remaining screws, which are very small, are to hold this faceplate on. But yeah, we'll connect that now. Not very impressed with this enclosure, guys. This one was good. But this one's a pain because it's annoying that I've only got one hand to show you this, but there's the SATA cables connected to the drive, and it all goes over and reaches nicely, but the goddamn cables, you can't squidge this in, it won't sit in there, which is a right pain in the ass. It doesn't want to sit in here at all. You're forcing it, you know, as you can see it's bloody bursting at the seams. You think, you know, buy a cheap hard drive enclosure, it's like one of the simplest things you can go out and buy, and then they manage to bugger that up for you. Alright guys, so it's in. Looking pretty sweet, no bulging at all. Turns out that you have to you need about 12 hands to get the SATA cable and pull it down underneath the little tab that's there, and oh god. It's not as simple as just shoving it on and screwing it down. You've got to really get the cables in the optimum position. This is such a goddamn cheap hard drive enclosure. We haven't run into another problem, but I just pushed the ket lead into the end of here, and the entire whatever the hell that's actually in this thing, the entire assembly just went as I plugged it in. Everything in here shifted down. Ugh! Feels so cheap, and it's really lightweight. And the cable is short. Look how short the goddamn cable is. Ugh! These things do my head in. I spent about 15 quid on this as well. I thought I was getting a decent one. Because these ones are like 25. But I can see why you pay that extra tenner. This one's quality. Even though, like I said, the goddamn fan went. But, ugh. Let's just face it. 3.5-inch hard drive enclosures are crap unless you spend 50 odd quid on it. Should have got one of them ones that... Oh, whatever. I'm just going to plug this in and see if the thing works. It's not even going to work now, is it? Let's face it. So, I'm going to have a little bit more fun and complain again. Here I have the USB cable. I've complained about the power cable. Time to complain about the USB cable. Here's the USB port. You plug it in like you'd normally plug it in, right? If I can plug the goddamn thing in. There you go. Look at that. Okay, you ready for this? It just slipped out. No pressure is needed. It just goes slip and it's out. I'm transferring a 220 gigabyte chunk over to this hard drive. And I've got a power cable that slips out and a USB cable that slips out. So, however long it's going to take, how many ever hours, like 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever, to transfer, I'm going to have to be goddamn careful. And while we're here, I don't think much of this power switch either. Okay, at least it looks nice. Anyway, like I said about 10 minutes ago, I'm going to plug the thing in and see if it works. Welcome to the underneath of my desk. There is our gorgeous, fantastic quality external hard drive enclosure with my 1TB hard drive in it. It's plugged into USB at the front of the G5, don't know if you can actually see that. And there's its power brick sitting on top of the sub. Better not play any hardcore bass because the power cable might shake out of it. But anyway, we're going to switch that switch. There she is, lit up with a green light. I can hear the hard drive. Awesome, at least it's spinning up the disk. We've got to phase 1. This thing is a pile of shite. It won't mount. It physically won't mount. And, you know, got a list of things that it could be. The fact that, you know, it's crap. The fact that it's even crapper. Or the fact that this is wobbling. Look at that. That just does not stay in there. That is a pile of crud. This thing is complete and utter dog crap. When I took out the screws that were holding this pile of junk in, this little board, right, stunk of burning. You know when you solder something and you get that smell, and this stunk so badly of burning and general melting electronics. This couldn't be cheaper. This probably cost 8.5 pence to produce. It really is a pile of crap. Here's my gorgeous hard drive, which has now been through the on-off wars, as I like to call it. Power up, power down, power up, power down, power up, power down. Why the hell isn't the thing mounting on the desktop? All thanks to this. And the cheapy screwdriver. I paid 15 quid for a screwdriver at the end of the day. Not even the USB cable is any good. The only thing that's going to be handy to me is cable ties. Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining. I've got a brand new plan and it's going alright at the moment. Here's my FireWire 800 external hard drive. And I am copying the entire contents of my video editing drive over to it. I'm going to take out my video editing drive. And I'm going to put this one in. And I'm going to copy everything from here back onto here. Yes, I wanted to do it all in one by putting the 1 terabyte in here, copying the storage stuff over to here, and then just straight away sticking that into the G5. But it looks like I can't do it. So that says about an hour. It'll probably take about 45 minutes from now. FireWire 800 isn't too bad. Time is ticking. Look at it tick. I just thought to myself, I don't actually know which hard drive I'm taking out. Lucky I thought before I turned the machine off. If we go into the system profiler here, as you can see, we have the 2 hard drives. They're both identical. The first one is Macintosh hard drive, as you can see, Macintosh HD. And the second one is storage. And as you can see, this is the one we're taking out. And it says it's in bay B, lower. So that means you got 2 on top of each other. I'll only have to take out the bottom drive. It's lucky that this video editing drive isn't on the top, because I can't remember. I just picked any drive when I reinstalled macOS 10 and but I didn't, choose, lower or upper or whatever.